Okay, so at this point, let's let Mr. Wright, what is his gentleman's name?
My name is Dean Robinson. I'm a practicing attorney in the city of Mt.Juliet. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you yet, Ms. Flower. My pleasure tonight. It's good to see all the folks in the city commission here. 3 minutes, Mr. Bradshaw?
Yes.
Well, you just destroyed the reputation of the attorney when you did that.
Well, that's our general rule of 3 minutes.
Ms. Flowers, under 13-1-110, I believe there's a fourth section to that I'd like to address, that I believe is addressed in the complaint filed with Mr. Wright. That section 4 says when a violation of this code of ethics also constitutes a violation of a personnel policy rule or regulation or civil service policy rule or regulation, the violation shall be dealt with as a violation of the personnel or civil service provisions rather than as a violation of this code of ethics. My understanding in reading this complaint that was filed with Mr. Wright, that under paragraph 2 of that complaint there is that specific issue raised about a violation of the personnel policy code for the city of Mt.Juliet. And in regard to that, I go back to the meeting Monday night, April the 9th, to raise that issue. Ms. Flowers and I both know that our legal process over the last 12 to 15 years has changed drastically, whereby you don't fight things tooth and toenail in court anymore. We have available to us, and as a matter of fact, it is mandated many times by the courts that when there is an adversarial issue facing individuals, that the process and really a privilege of mediation is opened up. And the mediation process does many things. First of all, it saves clients money, lots of money. They don't have to pay so much on lawyers' fees, court reporters, and things like that. The next process that it develops is the process of trying to reach what's called a settlement agreement. And the settlement agreement is usually, in every mediation I've been involved in for the past 10 or 12 years, every mediation usually ends up in a settlement agreement that says, most specifically, that they find no fault and they find no liability. They have no admissions, and nobody is hurt, usually from a settlement agreement. And everybody agrees that by payment of money or some other provision recommended by the mediator, that the settlement agreement puts an end to the adversarial process. It's a very good way of doing it, and you know that that's being forced upon us today. What happened last Monday night was that the city attorney announced.
Your time is up. Can you?
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules 3 minutes since you're representing Hatton Wright. If y'all want to vote on giving 3 more minutes.
All those in favor? All those opposed?
Will that take care of you? Will that?
Probably not, but I'll try.
Okay. Off that.
At the end of that presentation with Ms. Flowers, that should have been the end of it in this commissioners meeting. That should have been the end of that presentation. But what happened was that the mayor elected to read a statement bringing on additional information and allegations which didn't really need to be in that meeting, because it named Hatton Wright as a perpetrator or insinuated that he might be guilty of additional allegations concerning violations, discrimination, whatever. It went on to say that your resigned city manager was incompetent. He hadn't handled things very well. He's resigned and he's turned in his notice and he's not going to be with you any longer anyway, so that doesn't make any difference. But I think at that point when the mayor raised that issue, she brought into play paragraph 4 of 13-1-110. I have tried my best to look at that and read that very carefully, watching it, and I quote directly from the mayor's statements concerning what might happen in the Public Works Department. We must have a thorough and complete investigation of the allegations to make an independent analysis of the situation in the Public Works Department. That's what Hatton Wright's asking with his ethics complaint. She said further, I'm trying to quote you as best I can, Mayor, that she encouraged the people in the Public Works Department to be open and honest with investigators, and reminded those employees that it can't be fixed if the investigation is not aided by the employees of the city. She went on to say, I'm trying to quote, not out of context, if there is a problem, it will be fixed. No one in any position attempting to bully anyone into any answers or refusal to cooperate will be tolerated, she said. She said we want a thorough and unbiased investigation. That's what Mr. Hatton Wright in his complaint is asking. And that's your choice under paragraph 3 of the 13-1-110. All he's asking is that there be an investigation of his complaint. Have any more time?
About 45 seconds.
Madam Mayor, you mentioned that we shouldn't be having to try this thing. I got news for you. City of Mt.Juliet's already under trial. There you go. You're already under trial. You got an article from Mt.Juliet News last April 11th. You're already under trial. What this august body needs to do is stop the trial of the issues involving the city of Mt.Juliet in the media. You are competent, I feel sorry for you, but you're competent to assume that responsibility, and that's what the complaint asks you to do. And, you know, in closing, a fair and thorough investigation.
Mr. Wright, do you have anything else you want to add? Okay. If there are any other citizen comments, the ordinary procedure, you need to come to the mic, state your name and address. I don't have all your nice instructions, Mayor, that you normally read, but state your name and address, and your comments will be limited to 3 minutes as well. Okay. Seeing none.
Citizen comments closed.